If you've landed in 11.1 and you're not sure what to do not worry because I've got you covered. As part of the massive update to the Warband Campsite feature, you can do cool things like you can make and name different camps for your characters, you can organize your login screen, and 11.1 adds the first of a new type of collectible. Well, 4 of them actually. We have got 4 new campsites to unlock. Now, of course, like all good things in life, these do need to be earned. The good news is, as soon as you log in, you'll actually have a freebie. It's the Onaran Overlook, so you can go and be in the Onaran Plains. But to get the other 3, you will need to do specific achievements. That's where I've got you covered. So by the end of this video, you'll have your freebie, you'll have unlocked another one, and you'll be well on your way to earning the final 2. Let's start with the one you can unlock today, literally right now, the Gallagio Grand Gallery. So this is from the Going Goblin mode achievement, and doing this should take about an hour to run through. It's really not that hard. What it is a mini meta achievement that asks you to finish a few different achievements scattered around the new zone of Undermine, but the good news is none of these are big ticket items. They don't really involve anything instance. You're not going to have to wait for a certain rare to spawn or a certain weekly event. So let's get into the constituent achievements. The first one is Adventurer of Undermine. This just needs you to kill 10 different rares, and on day 1 there are 16 rares available in total, with the last 5 only showing up if you are Renown 6, which basically just means you can hop in your car and you can do some barely discriminate murder and kill everything. That will get this achievement in no time, and if you really want some add-on help, you can of course use Handy Notes, Tomcats, Rare Scanner, Silver Dragon, or anything similar, which will help point out where the rare spawns are on your map. Our next achievement is in a similar vein, and it's called the Treasures of Undermine. Basically, there are 15 one-time treasures scattered around the city. The easiest thing to do here is to drive around with Handy Notes installed and to pick them all up. Now, some of these have got little tricks to them, like having to chase the treasure, just stuff to make it a bit more flavorful and engaging. It's fairly simple though, and you'll do quite a lot of this just as you're naturally going about the zone. Next then, we've got 9/10 of the Law. This is the same, but it's for 5 of Muff's auto lockers. These have got simple puzzles attached, so again, just drive around with Handy Notes or whatever you use installed, you'll bump into these, solve them, GG. The next one is Read Between the Lines. It's the same again, but it's for lore books instead of treasures. There are a total of 7 lore books to find. The easiest thing to do is to go and check your map or whatever add-on you are using to go and see where those are. Now, there's one minor caveat here. You will have to finish up to chapter 4 before you can loot Gallywix's notes. So don't go trying to loot that until you've done chapter 4 of the new campaign. Our next achievement is a simple one. It's called You're My Friend Now, and it just requires you to pick up 5 rats. You'll find 5 rats sitting around Undermine, drive to them, click on them, and you'll basically be done. After that, you'll just have one last pain in the ass to deal with, and it's such a pain in the ass that you're probably best doing this while you are burning through the rest. This one is called That Can-Do Attitude, and it needs you to click on discarded cans to click them 25 times. Very thrilling. You'll just find discarded cans at fixed spawn points around the entire city, so basically keep an eye out for them when you're driving about the place. Particularly, you'll find them in the corners of roads, and as they're interactable, they'll glow. Now, each can actually be kicked multiple times, but kicking it around obviously moves it, so the easiest thing to do here is to just bind the interact key, because you can just walk up to the thing and mash the interact key, and we've actually managed to hit each can 3 to 5 times this way, which really does speed up this whole process. Now, once those goblin achievements are done, you will get Going Goblin mode, and congratulations, you can set your campsite to the real gaudy interior of the Gallagio. So that's our big day 1 campsite done. There are though 2 others, and you can get started on them today. Freywold Spring is absolutely lovely, and the good news is you actually might be able to get this today as well. I mean, hell, you may actually already have it, but only if you exploded into the war within, stayed subbed, and basically did everything. So this is quite lovely. It's Freywold Spring, and this is from the achievement All That Kaz. And the All That Kaz achievement is basically doing all of the patch 11.0 world content. Now, the easiest bits of this are the Kaz-Algar exploring bits, which basically means getting all of the skywriting glyphs and unlocking all of the flight masters. That's easy enough. Again, like with the Gallagio achievements, if you've got Handy Notes or Tomcat installed, it will be really, really simple, and you can just fly around and pick up the ones that you're missing. The same also goes for Kaz-Algar Lore Hunter. All you need to do for this achievement is to click the necessary lore items which are scattered around the world. There's nothing super complicated or time-consuming here. With all of these, you'll just do one big trip around the 4 zones, and that will be you sorted. Okay, the next one then is Allied Races Earthen. This is the Earthen Unlock achievement. And to sort this one out, you'll have needed to do 3 specific side quests after you've finished the main story campaign. If you've not got this, of course, don't worry, because you'll be doing it anyway as a part of the next thing, which is Lore Master. Yep, Lore Master of Khazalgar, which will require you to finish every side quest. Most of these should show up on your map fairly clearly, but there is a secret weapon here. There's an add-on called BTW Quests, and this one's really cool because it tracks every quest in the game and it shows you where and how to start them. So if you've got progress like across your characters and you don't really know where to start that one quest you need, it's a really, really useful add-on. Just check the achievements for unfinished quest lines, find them using the BTW Quests search bar, click, and away you go. Of course, on this one, I'd recommend taking your time. These side quests are actually where a lot of the world building is, and they are quite well done. And by doing the Lore Master achievement, you'll also unlock this transmog set. The final thing then is to max out your renown with all 4 of the original factions, all the way up to renown 25. Which, look, could take a little bit of time depending on your progress. This is probably the worst step of all because most players will have stopped playing decently well before this point, but it's not like there's a massive catch-up system that'll have you flooded with rep. So yes, your most time-efficient things are a little bit weakly capped. Don't worry though, well, this is basically the best that you can do. Now, the most real time, so your actual time, efficient way to do this is to just get back to doing the weekly quests, like the dungeon one in Dornegal and the world events like Awakening the Machine. I know, kinda sucks. Gathering Wax, the Spreading the Light stuff in Hallowfall, and the associated lesser Keystone weeklies. You've got the Ashgahed Pact, and of course the Theatre Troupe. Those really do not take that long, and they do give you big old bursts of progress. Now, if you want to speed things up a little bit, what you can also do is world quests. Doing that will of course mean clearing the map twice a week, but that will cut down how long you'll be waiting. Then, if you're really impatient, you can also do a daily rare clear out, but to be honest, I do not recommend that. It would not be fun. But with this rep, there's a little bit of a secret thing that most people do not know, and it's this thing that's why I've been able to get almost all of these renowns actually without that much effort. Basically, whenever you do a Bountiful Delve, you get a big chunk of rep, like 1,000, maybe even more than 1,000. That will of course depend on how hard the delve that you do is, but yeah, doing your Bountiful Delves will actually get you a shitload of reputation for the various factions, and the good news is, well, you'll be doing delves anyway. The mention of delves brings me to our final one, which is this. It's the Cultist's Quay, which is the Nightfall, like, naval base that's under Hallowfall. It's pretty damn cool, and it's your reward for finishing the Delver's Journey in Season 2. Okay, this is definitely going to take a little bit of work. It will be at least 6 weeks, but for many people it could even be double that. Now, Delver's Journey is this bar, right, that you'll fill as you do your delves in Season 2. And progress on this comes from 3 different sources. The best one, is the Warband Weekly Archaic Cipher Key. Basically, whenever you finish a delve for the first time each week, you'll get one of these keys and you'll be able to hand it in, right? Really simple, and this is a source of 1,500 per week. So if you do just that, right, one single delve a week, 15-20 minutes, earning all 42,000 Delver's Journey would take you 28 weeks, which, well, to be honest, is way too long. Most of you would have tapped out of the season by then. But that's okay, because our next source is from Bountiful Coffers, and you'll be doing quite a lot of these. If you use a restored coffer key in any Bountiful Delve, that's an extra 250 of this resource. That means that earning 4 keys a week is an extra 1,000. So at 2,500 every week, it would take 17 weeks to go through all of this. But it's actually a little bit faster because depending on the tier, you do get a little extra. Now, the third source is just finishing a Bountiful Delve, even if you do not use a key. This source actually scales up with your tier. It goes up to 150 at tier 8 and above. So really, right, what this means, if you do the realistic scenario of, say, using your 4 weekly keys on tier 8s and above, you will get a grand total of 3,100 per week, and that will mean you can complete this in 14 weeks. Now, of course, it's worth bearing in mind, this is designed to be a longer term thing, and you're going to be gearing via these delves anyway and getting the other delve rewards, so yes, that is plenty of playing the game, but ideally, because of character progress, gear, and the other rewards that you'll earn at the same time, it's not like you're doing all of this work just for one campsite. What I just covered gets you there in 14 weeks, but you can actually slice that down a hell of a lot. So if you really love delves, you can actually do all 4 Bountiful delves every day. That's, of course, up to another 600 a day, or an extra 3,600 a week, on top of using your 4 keys. So if you really want to get the Cultist's key and all the other delve rewards fast, doing 4 daily Bountifuls, spending 4 keys a week, and then turning in that weekly quest will net you 7,300 progress. That will bring your time down to just 6 weeks. And if that's still unacceptably slow, well, I hope you don't have a job or any commitments, because there is the dark option. If you really want to, if you're a real mad lad, you can repeat all of this, except for the weekly quest, on your alts. For every alt that you can possibly get gear on, you could be doing another 4 Bountifuls weekly, of course using your key, or even daily without a key, and if you do that, well, you'll be able to finish this achievement up and get your new Warband camp in a month or less. And look, I know that sounds like a lot of grinding and a lot of detail. Do remember, most people, me included, will just unlock this as we're playing the game anyway. There are really 4 different strategies here. One is to just play normally, spend your 4 keys weekly on your main, turn in the weekly quest, and chill the hell out. Strategy 2 is to play normally, but add in an alt or a few to earn and spend more keys, which you may be doing anyway if you want to play a few alts. Strategy 3 is to play your main a bit more intensely and clear as many daily Bountifuls as you want. And if you want this to be efficient, you can make sure all 8 of your delves are done for the Great Vault slot in Bountifuls by splitting it across days. So that can work too. Strategy 4 is to go full no life, which is to combine alts and daily Bountifuls to absolutely nuke this sucker. It's not for the faint of heart, but it is totally possible if that's your jam. And look, it's honestly a little more complicated than our napkin math, because there are 2 things that complicate this, but they complicate it in a way that will get you your rewards faster, which I like. Okay, once you're about halfway through the journey, at rank 5, you'll actually be able to buy 2 extra keys per alt per week if you've got the spare undercoins. That will speed things up for the last half of this journey. The second complication then is the bonus delve event that is coming on the 18th of March, because for that week, all journey earned will be boosted by 25%. It's pretty notable. So, that's how you earn this one. You basically run a shitload of delves until you can't handle it anymore, or you just relax and you play the game like, well, basically I will, which is to chill and earn this over a few months, basically without noticing it. And once that's all done, congratulations, you will have all of the new campsites. You can have fun figuring out which ones of your characters will like to be in each camp and, you know, playing virtual dolls and dress up, which is half of this game anyway. And if you're still a bit worried or confused about what to do in this patch, do not worry. I've made a full video for you and you can watch it next.